one of the producers behind the legendary Monster adaptation, a manga by Naoki Urasawa, was Masao Maruyama. And Masao Maruyama has wanted to team up with author Naoki Urasawa again for a while now, specifically to adapt Urasawa's acclaimed manga Pluto, a spiritual successor to the famous manga and anime Astro Boy by Osamu Tezuka. With all these big names already being thrown around, it sounds like an anime that would be greenlit at the drop of a hat. As opposed to Monster, it seems this duo is planning on making less of a commercial work and more a labour of love, as production committees usually contract anime studios to produce the work, not the other way around, like we seem to have here. Masao Maruyama seems to have been the propagator in getting Pluto off the ground, working directly with Urasawa through his new company, Studio M2. Now for those who don't know, Maruyama is an industry veteran. He helped form the legendary Madhouse Incorporated and left it to create the more recently famed MAPPA. He since left even MAPPA to create a studio of a more personal nature, Studio M2. Since its formation, Studio M2 has approached a few projects, but nothing too large and nothing too prolific. By and large, it hasn't really took off as a company just yet. In 2017, they made Onihei. In 2018, they made a prequel that acted more as a recap to that series, and then they helped work on Usuzumi Sakura as a secondary studio. Since then, there's been complete radio silence. 5 years ago, when he first made the company at the age of 75, he started plans to make 2 more big projects in his lifetime, and set them up within the studio so that they would be made with or without him. For some context as to the reasoning behind this, Maruyama, veteran producer that he is, helped work on the works of Satoshi Kon, himself an auteur of anime cinema. Kon unfortunately passed away to cancer at the untimely age of 49, just as his latest film, Dreaming Machine, was getting off the ground. For months and months afterward, Maruyama tried to get his work completed, but came across hurdle after hurdle, before admitting that without Satoshi Kon, it simply wouldn't be the same film, choosing to shelve the project indefinitely out of respect. This is conjecture, of course, but perhaps seeing such a talented director pass on and such promising work fall apart inspired Maruyama to ensure that his work would be completed. And then, almost out of nowhere, this trailer popped up at the Annecy Film Festival. So that sounds fairly good and all for Pluto the anime. It's only short, but like a demo reel, it gives off the gist of what a Pluto show would entail, and it looks surprisingly similar to the Monster adaptation. Whilst trying to secure funding, we can see that work has been taken on the series, and with Maruyama's intentions made clear, we can infer that it's potentially just a matter of time for this show, regardless of the silent road that it's taken. To go backwards for a second, why would he leave those past studios after such crazy success? What inspired you to leave Madhouse and create MAPPA? I was with Madhouse for 30 years. In 30 years, it had become a very large organization. There was little freedom left in things that I worked on. Because I wanted to do things that I wanted to do, I decided to create a separate company, MAPPA, and leave Madhouse so that I could work on things that I wanted to work on. Personally, large organizations with little freedom is not my taste. I want to be working on things that I want to work on with people that I get along with. Of course, now MAPPA has gotten big, so I'm not sure what to do now. He never would have been able to force out an adaptation of one of his favourite mangas through the bureaucratic process that these companies had become. He's one of the most successful creators in the anime industry. If there was ever a man to make his own company, to make whatever he wanted irregardless of commercial viability, Maruyama would be a very ideal candidate. Despite even this, there's been word that finding a distributor has been long going. It's an anime being made in a way that's practically unheard of, but with the intentions and the history behind it, maybe one day this will finally be a thing. So for anyone who's been wondering, that's what happened so far to Pluto the anime. It's been on my plan to watch list for several years now, but I'd like to hear what you guys think down below. Do you think it'll ever come out? Do you think he's actually producing it in the way that I think he is? Comment your thoughts down below, let me know if it's one of your most anticipated anime to come out, subscribe for more, like the video, thanks to my patrons, and have a wonderful day.